Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you, and this is the House of Chopard. House of Chopard is a Swiss brand from Geneva. Their main business is jewelry, fine jewelry, very high-end jewelry, but they have a very famous boutique in Paris as well. So they've been around for more than 150 years, and they ventured to perfumes around 50 years or so. They don't have that many perfumes under their names. Altogether, I think maybe around 30 perfumes for the last 50 years. So they put out perfumes maybe once every year or once every 2 years. But when they do, people have to pay attention, especially from the fragrance community, because they make beautiful perfumes, especially for the price. So this one is from the Maliki line. Maliki line is like a Oriental perfumery in their lineup, and they have around, I think it's about 7 or 8 of them in their lineup. I unboxed and reviewed at least 2 of them from this line, Oud Maliki and also Incense Maliki, and this is the third one, is called Rose Malaki. So this one is Chopard Rose Malaki EDP 80 ml, retails for £100, but good news is you can easily find it in United Kingdom discounted if you do your research, around maybe 50-60 pounds. Okay, so let's get to this unboxing. I bought this from eBay. Somebody was selling it much cheaper because the packaging is not a good shape, and also the cap is broken. So I don't mind that, as long as the juice is coming out and the bottle is fine. It's fine by me. So let's get to this unboxing. But please, before I do the unboxing, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your shares, thank you for your hypes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your subscription, which is free, by the way. All these things will help me to challenge the infamous YouTube algorithm, which is getting worse and worse. The big players getting bigger, the rich getting richer, the small players getting smaller, and the poor getting poorer. So I am one of those smaller players. If you don't help me, if you don't move your finger, unfortunately, eventually I'll be out of this endeavor as well. But if you want me to stay, if you want me to survive, if you want me to endure this algorithm, please help me with your these buttons as well. Thank you very much for your help. Thank you very much for your love and support. Let's go. So as I said, I bought this from eBay, but it doesn't matter. Look, the box is a bit tired, and but as always with brand Chopard or House of Chopard, you're getting a very simple packaging, but the bottle itself is very, very good. So here, the simple package is nothing to brag about. It does the job perfectly, which is protecting the bottle. But the bottles are very, very nice. Attention to detail everywhere, because, as I said, their main business is jewelry and fine jewelry. So they pay attention to their presentation very well. Beautiful bottle, very heavy, very thick glass. The cap is metal. Stick it in the bottom, and it says Chopard on top. And here we go, where I bought it for cheaper, because the spray is the spray is fine, but the cap is like half of it is stuck on the bottle, which is all right, not a huge problem. Okay, so let's get to the sprayer, and here we go. Good sprayer. Not a excellent spray, but good sprayer. All right, so this is Chopard Rose Malaki EDP 80 ml, and here we go. First impression. Woo! As he says, Rose Maliki, Rose is the center of this perfume. So Rose is on top, is shining, is beautiful, is a little bit jammy, is very sweet, is spicy, is ambery, is a little bit sticky, is a little bit syrupy, but everything is done here in a very good moderation, so nothing sticks out, nothing is too little, nothing is too much. The perfumery in here is very high end. So the first thing it hits you is the quality. The quality of the juice is very, very good, especially for the price. And the perfumery is one of the highest you can get, because there's a famous perfumer behind it. It's a lady, she's an up and coming, very famous, quite a well known perfumer. Something Marie, I forgot her name. If you're interested, go to Fragrantica and her name is on the page. But nevertheless, you can, when you smell it, you smell construction, you smell know-how, you smell knowledge, you smell somebody who knows what they're doing, because it smells great and the DNA in here is done to perfection. So it's got a little bit of balsamic feel to it, hint of oudiness to it. Overall, I don't think there is an oud in here. It's an oud accord, so that means they come up with many notes, to combine many notes together to come up with the accord of oud. So there's no real oud in here, but it's got a little bit of oudy feel, because I'm feeling some warmth in the base. I'm feeling some resins. I'm feeling definitely a big amber in here, but the oud in here is very, very clean and it is toned down, so it's not a huge oud. It is mainly in the background and it's mainly a supportive role, for at least for the first impression. But the rose is shining on top, so the rose is beautiful. If you like your rose warm, if you like it spicy, if you like it ambery, if you like it leathery, I'm feeling some leatheriness in here. Yeah, definitely a backbone of leather in here. Not only is woody and is resinous, but it's backbone of leather in here. There is a very smidgen hint of lemoniness to it, so maybe it's a lemon, maybe it's bergamot. So there's a little bit of that uplifting, happy, bright opening. But overall, this is I classify this fragrance as semi-fresh to semi-dark. So it is in the beginning it's quite semi-fresh because of those players. They are making it quite fresh in the beginning, but later on probably it would develop and becomes even thicker. For at the moment, the rose is on top and is shining beautifully. So the rose in here is a hint of Turkish rose, is a hint of Bulgarian rose in here as well, Bulgarian, and also I'm smelling something like an Indian rose. So Indian rose is a little bit on the danky side, if you like, little bit on the, shall we say, the rose it's not a fresh rose. It's like you picked up the rose and you left it a few days somewhere, and now the petals are basically becoming very quite sad. And when you smell the rose there, you smell of it in here. So it's not a fresh rose. It's more like a danky rose. It's like a rose that had been picked a few days ago, maybe even longer. So it's got a very, very interesting character to it. So it's not a traditional rose oud, so it is rose oudy, yes, because it's got that warmth in the base and the resin and the woodiness. But because the oud is toned down to the minimum in here, the rose is much bigger. So that's why the name is quite appropriate in here. It says Rose Malaki. It is very, very appropriate. But this perfume is very Oriental. So it is, I would classify this perfume as Oriental floral, yes, and also Oriental floral amber. So because it's very, very ambery. The amber in here is very sticky amber, so it's a sweet, sticky, spicy, a little bit of incensey as well feel to it. It's quite resinous, and in overall it's quite gooey, it's quite deep, dense amber in here as well. The leather is quite soft. although it is there and you can smell it, but it is soft and mainly in the background. There is a big spicy aspect to this fragrance, which making it very well warm and inviting and very captivating, and it's very cozy. So the spices in here to my nose is a combination of saffron and also some cinnamon and some nutmeg. So it's a little bit nutty as well overall. It could be that they're utilizing tonka bean because there's a little bit of nuttiness in here, but so far I'm smelling maybe a little bit of vanilla, but not tonka bean as such. Yeah, maybe more vanilla rather than tonka bean. So overall, this is a gorgeous fragrance. So again, the house of Chopard, they done a fantastic job again. Every time I unbox and reviewed house of Chopard, they impress me to the max, and this one is no exception. Beautiful rose, very warm, very spicy, earthy, quite incensey, leathery, woody. The woods are quite clean, so it's a combination of cedar sandalwood, but there is an accord of wood in here to giving it that warmth of the base and the gooiness and the stickiness and the resin feel to it. So overall, I highly recommend it. It's gorgeous fragrance, especially for this time of year, for in the middle of winter. This is an perfection. It's very warm, it's very inviting, it's very sensual in the same time. This is very well done. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll give it 10 out of 10 for this beautiful opening. So overall, rose and more rose. That's the story of this perfume. So you need to like your rose, especially jammy rose, especially Turkish rose, especially gooey rose, especially spicy rose, especially leathery rose, especially the hint of incensey rose, resinous rose, woody rose, and sweet rose. Yes, the sweetness in here from 0 to 10, 10 being sweetest, is around 6 to 7. So it is sweet, but it's not overly sweet, but it goes well with every other aspect of this fragrance. So this fragrance is quite multifaceted, it's quite complex, it's quite layered, and that is the beauty of Oriental fragrances and Oriental perfumes. So this is true Oriental perfume, very Oriental smell to it. You need to like this kind of perfumery, this kind of fragrances to enjoy it, but first and foremost you need to like your rose, because this is unapologetically a rose perfume. From beginning, from the get-go, the big rose just appeared and it stayed there. So let me read you the ingredients and we'll take it from there. So this is according to not Fragrantica, this is according to AI. So on top we have saffron, cardamom and papyrus, and in the mid we have rose absolute, smoky leather. In the base we have atlas cedar, patchouli and vanilla. Everything I get, but I get more stuff. Yes, it's very saffrony, it's very cardamom-y. Cardamom actually is toned down in here, it's more like saffron than cardamom, but nevertheless it's very warm. The papayas here giving a hint of that fruity, dry fruity feel, and a little bit of that resin feel as well, not too much. Rose Absolute is beautifully done in here, and I'm smelling at least Turkish rose and Indian rose, if not a Bulgarian rose. So it is layered with roses, and the rose in here is very beautiful, and it's resinous and it's sweet and it's gooey and it's sticky, it's jammy, it's a little bit syrupy, and it's also is spicy and it's ambery and it's leathery. So all these, and it's woody in the same time. So the cedar sandalwood combination in here is very clean, but there is a oudi accord or oudi feel in here as well, but it is very minimalistic and it's very minimum, and it's a clean oud. So there's no barnyard, there's no animalic, there's none of the funky, none of those in here. Very clean. Vanilla here giving it that sweetness, plus making it quite smooth. But and also the leather in here is quite a soft leather in the background. Mainly there is a hint of incense in here. Overall there is tiny amount, just giving it interesting facets. I myself smell some zestiness in the beginning, which is probably bergamot lemon combination, and also I'm smelling something maybe that enhancing the rose, which is probably geranium. Probably there is a geranium behind the rose to enhance the rose and making the rose shine on top beautifully. So the patchouli in here giving it that earthiness plus a little bit of chocolatiness, but it is quite leafy in the same time, and there's definitely some resins in here, so I'm smelling something resinous. It's got something warm, something gooey, sticky in the base, which is making the amber in here very, very deep, dense amber. So overall this is an Oriental floral amber fragrance, definitely, and it's very rich, it's very spicy, it's very deep, it's very sensual, it's quite smooth and velvety and rounded, and overall this is to my nose quite unisex. So although the rose is massive in here, it's very, very rosy, but to my nose is easily could be worn by everybody because it's very, very unisex to my nose. Okay, so who is it for? Definitely for people who like their rose first and foremost. They like their Oriental fragrances secondly. So this is very, very Oriental perfume. Definitely a mature nose will appreciate this better, so I would say 25 years and older to be in the safe side. In terms of gender, this is bang in the middle, unisex. Anybody can wear it, ladies and men, no problem whatsoever. I'm very, very happy to wear it in the next 2 days. Beautiful fragrance, but don't forget I'm biased towards Oriental perfumes anyway, and also I love my rose. One of my all-time favorite notes in perfume is rose, so that's why I'm gravitating towards it naturally. And also in terms of season, this is better suited for cooler weather. It's very, very warm, but I think you can use it in winter, in autumn, and in spring easily. Maybe if it's a cool summer you can use it as well. And in terms of occasion, this is gorgeous, so it's very, very good for going out, special occasion, evening, for going to a special ceremony, formal occasion, close encounter, dating, wedding. Very, very beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So for a first impression, yes, I give it 2 thumbs up. I give it 2 thumbs up because I absolutely adore it. I love it. This is very, very close to my taste. I'm a Middle Eastern person, and I was born there, and I love Middle Eastern and Oriental perfume very, very much so. So if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. This beauty is definitely a hidden gem. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very, very beautiful in return, you could do that. I'll leave them in the link. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker, so they are true handmade perfumes just for the lucky people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that gives them the huge personality, very massive, big, bold, very long lasting, and also they are like time capsule. They take you different places, different time. They are very artistic and unique, and they are beautiful, if I say myself. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for love and support, and I'll see you later. Bye.